From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, December the 22nd, 2021. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan arrived in Israel last night and met today in Jerusalem with Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, mainly to discuss the negotiations happening in Vienna between world powers and Iran. Bennett and Sullivan addressed a joint press conference before their sit-down, where Bennett spoke of the bond between Israel and the U.S. and of the impact of the talks.
The relationship between my government and the Biden administration, between Israel and the United States, is as strong as ever. And being so strong and having this meaningful friendship means that we can also talk openly and candidly about all the shared challenges that we're facing. And that's what we're going to do. These days are pretty important. What happens in Vienna has profound ramifications for the stability of the Middle East and the security of Israel for the upcoming years, and that's why it's such a timely meeting.
Bennett also wished President Biden and the First Lady and the American people a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Sullivan explained why the president asked him to have this important meeting even just before Christmas.
At a critical juncture for both of our countries on a major set of security issues, it's important that we sit together and develop a common strategy, a common outlook, and find a way forward that fundamentally secures your country's interests and mine. And we believe those interests, like the values upon which our countries are built, are deeply shared and deeply felt.
Sullivan also conveyed Biden's personal gratitude for Bennett's support when he was in Washington this past August to meet with the president when there was a terror attack on U.S. troops in Afghanistan, delaying Bennett's meeting by one day.
You stepped up with support, both personal and on behalf of your country. And that moment, I think like this moment we're in now, just reflects the extent to which when Israel and the United States stand together, we stand stronger, and that's the spirit with which I'm here today. So thank you personally, and thank you to the people of Israel, and I'm looking forward to a good meeting.
Sullivan also met today with Israel's Foreign Minister Yair Lapid and Israel's Defense Minister Benny Gantz, and last night met with Israel's President Isaac Herzog. Israel may begin administering a fourth dose of the coronavirus vaccine to those at high risk. Health Minister Nitzan Horowitz told Khan Public Radio that Israelis aged 60 and above, as well as healthcare workers and other high-risk groups, will be able to get the fourth shot possibly as soon as this Sunday, though the decision still awaits final approval from Health Ministry Director General Nachman Ash. Israel's Immigration and Absorption Ministry, together with the Jewish Agency and the organization that eases the Aliyah process from North America, Nefesh B'Nefesh, released figures of Aliyah, or immigration to Israel, for 2021, which they hailed as a record-breaking year. With the arrival of 27,050 new immigrants from around the world to Israel this year, 30% more than last year. 4,000 of whom came from the United States, which is the highest number of Olim from the U.S. since 1973. Minister of Aliyah and Integration Panina Tamano-Shata said that despite the pandemic and its limitations, Aliyah to Israel did not stop. She said Olim are an incredible growth engine for the Israeli economy and are a national economic and moral powerhouse for the nation. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Wednesday, December the 22nd. At 7 o'clock, it's Talmud Study. At 7:30, author Robert Abrams discusses his political memoir, The Luckiest Guy in the World, with Rabbi Avraham Bronstein. At 8, in a winter holiday special, Jake Ehrenreich pays tribute to Jewish songwriters like Irving Berlin, who have written some of the most famous Christmas holiday songs. That's with Sheldon Harnick and Charles Strouse. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with cast members of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on L'chaim. At 10, David Kaufman talks about the impact of Jewish celebrity on Jewish identity. And coming up next, it's Thinking Out Loud. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, December the 22nd, 2021. I will be off next week. Micah Halpern will be filling in. Wishing all who celebrate Christmas a very Merry Christmas and wishing all a very happy 2022. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay well, and I will see you in the new year.